Bring it up.
Do they have any mortgage, heavy debts, burial, or? Oh, okay. Hopefully that's not the case, though, right? I mean, that's.
Yep, power to. What?
You guys have mortgage, heavy debts, or burial, or anything like that, that you would have to cover if someone were having you? Yeah, no.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Who's running the training?
Read. How you doing, Marco? You hear me?
You want me to give you a call back when she gets home?
Good. And you, stud? Miss you, bro.
I know. I miss you too, bro. Been too long.
Okay, and then,
I know I'm gonna come down next month.
what do you kind of laugh at and then say about it?
You're coming down?
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe he didn't go because any insurance carrier within the state.
Oh, it's because Reed has it on his phone.
Is gonna require, some sort of medical report to be checked.
All right.
Life insurance at the end of the day, right? They gotta check everything, you gotta check your health.
So now he's
Just those three main things.
debating doing the application.
Age, budget, and health. So she.
We'll start here in a second.
Familiar,
Let's wait a couple
most
minutes.
likely should
All right, I'm just gonna start. If people join in, they join in. But I want to make this quick and efficient. I feel like the best trainings, they just get to the point, they knock out what's needed, and then they move on, and then people can go on with their day. I don't want to sit here for like 30, 45 minutes and lead you guys on. Um, there's one thing in the office that we're having to get into a lot of the time, especially with new agents. And I just wanted to bring it up into this. And then after that, any objections that you guys might have are stumbling on, just bring it up. And then if you guys don't know how to handle that objection, I can kind of give you some tips and pointers on what I do. The one thing that we're having to focus on with new agents is a lot of people when they starting out is that they're getting objection, they're saying a statement or a closed end statement, and then they're not asking a question after that. Our job as a professional is to keep the conversation going, especially when you're hitting age. It's difficult to keep the conversation going. It is, if you're only given the statement after. So I'll give you guys an example is that Giuliano, he just started and he gets the objection. I already have something in place. And so his response was that okay, what carrier was that with? Or when did you get that in place? And so
I think it'd be more wise for us to hop on.
is this leaving the platform open for the client to, say whatever they want? It's not really forming or directing the conversation to where you want it to go. I always like to answer the question, and then give two options. I feel like that's super powerful in sales.
That's a gem, I believe.
So when someone gives me an objection, I just say, okay, perfect. That's the reason I'm giving you a call. Okay. Now, when you sent this in, were you more so looking at the living or death benefits?
Wife is there, so that way she's kind of aware of everything.
Okay, they have to choose one, and I'm doing that through the entire sales process. I answer the question and I give two options. Answer the question and I give two options. And I feel like this method gives you the framework that you need,
How important is this really?
as well as the direction and actually making sure that you're controlling the conversation. The person that asks the most questions is going to direct the conversation always.
It's not important to you?
And so make sure you're asking questions to your clients.
Sounds good. You have a good day, okay?
In a specific manner, right? So every time they give me objection, right? So I'm not interested. Okay, that's a big one. Yeah, that's the exact reason I'm giving you a call. You're probably receiving a lot of phone calls. Okay, so I want to make sure that we get your phone number off the books and we close out your file. For me to do that, it's just, I need to make sure I can close this out. So when you sent this in, were you looking at this or that? Okay, then you can go off of it. I think that's just a little tip that I wanted to tell you guys, just because we've been having to handle that a lot in this office specifically. Do you guys have any objections you guys are probably stumbling on, can't get over, or even if you get over, you just want a little bit more sauce with that objection handling? Whatever it is, I'm here to help. If you guys have any objections you guys have, you guys can bring them up.
Hey, Stephanie?
You have any objections?
Like, what do you say, if someone gets into like the specifics of the death benefit or like borrowing against, like they keep saying like, oh, so like I can borrow 75% of the death benefit when, like, oh, like the cash value, if I put in this much amount, I'm only going to be getting like this much a year. It kind of keeps going like into the specifics, and then it's like, okay, like I have a work policy. I'll get back to you once I figure out how much I have, and that like I won't make a decision until then. Or like if someone gets very specific about stuff, like
Yeah.
go about that.
So in what aspect are you talking, like about a work policy? Are you talking about like the cash accumulation part of it? Are you talking about which one do you want to tackle first?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I think he might have been confused with the borrowing 75% of the death benefit if he gets like ill or something, and then kind of went into cash value.
Yeah.
It's got very more specific than usual.
Yeah, so in the beginning, like that's why I like to keep my conversation with the client super simple so I don't get into that type of conversation,
Mm.
right? The only reason you would be talking about that is because you over explain the product.
Mm.
Okay. And so I like to keep everything super simple. I like to explain it like it's, I'm speaking to a third grader. Um, and even if they do give me those objections, like, oh, how do I borrow against it? When I respond to that, it's just a really quick sentence. Okay, and I'm moving on. Right? I'm not
Mm.
over explaining it, but if they have more questions, I'm giving them a little bit more. Okay, I'm
Okay.
not giving them everything about the product or everything about every little detail about having to pull from the policy. Right? If
Mm.
you over explain the policy, all that's going to do is make the customer confused, and a confused customer will not buy.
Mm. So true. Wow.
Okay, so another thing is like talk about your work policy. Okay, you were probably talking to them about the work policy, how much it is, like, and this sounds like you don't like that's an objection that didn't need to be brought up.
Mm.
So when I just say, "Oh, you got work insurance," they're like, "Yeah, okay, perfect." Yeah, a lot of the clients I work with do.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Okay, now that work insurance works exactly like a work vehicle. Okay, you retire, you fire, you quit. It doesn't come with you.
Mm.
Okay, so we like to put something that's permanent in place to make sure that if something were to happen to you, no matter what, your family's protected. Okay, then again, going back to my initial process, I'm asking them or giving them two options after that.
Mm.
So and I feel like that's a framework that can handle any objection. So answering the question and then giving two options.
Wow. That's insane. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah, let's make it super simple for the client. I realized early on that I was losing a lot of deals because the exact reason you just brought up. People started asking me complex questions. That was just because I was over explaining the product. I was getting too much into cash accumulation.
Mm.
Right? When I bring up cash accumulation, I make it super simple. So I just say instead of throwing your money down the drain, okay, your money's going to be working for you.
Wow.
Okay, so the money that you're putting into the policy is actually going to be working for us. And if you wanted to borrow against it, you could. Just like, and I always like to do this metaphor. They're like, "Oh, I want term." I'm like, "Okay, perfect. Do you buy or rent your home?"
Mm.
Oh, I bought it. Okay, what was the reason you bought it? Oh, the reason I bought it was because, I want to build equity within the home. I can borrow against it if I have to. I can refinance it. I can go buy another home.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not like I'm throwing money down the drain. Okay, and then why are you renting your life insurance?
Mm. It's insane. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Why are you renting your life insurance when you could be owning your life insurance and you can borrow against your policy exactly like you do with your home? So
For sure can sell.
that's one that gets people a lot of the time. So I hope that answers it.
Yeah, for sure. That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. What was
Affordability in general, like they don't think they can pay.
okay. Affordability, like if you're talking to a broke person, they're broke, they're not going to spend it. Like I'd rather not write that policy because they're probably going to charge back.
Your school.
Right. But what I like to say right off the bat, if I get that, be like, okay, perfect. It does look like someone actually reached out to you. Did they show you something for like 500, $400 a month?
Oh, 250.
And if they say yes,
I don't know.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't even want to pay that either. And then you can always downsell it from there. You know, if they get a quote for $500, then you can always drop it down, sell them something that's super affordable for 150 bucks and still get the deal. But if they're dead broke and they're not making any money, then don't write that policy. You know, hang up the phone, move on. All that's gonna do is create a chargeback for you and a problem down the road.
Yeah.
Or like say we're going.
We just kind of push through, they're giving us something about being busy.
Yeah.
And so I would even. say,
So if they're
okay, so
busy?
that was.
So if they give me the objection saying they're busy,
And then like, what was the reason?
let's be like, yeah, I'm super busy as well. I just had a little bit of time to get back to you. You know, I'll give you a call later. You know, I can't even stay on the phone for too long. You know, when he sent this in, was it this or that?
Oh, well, it's cheaper.
You know, you're super busy as well. Their framework, they're busy, but if they were busy, they wouldn't have picked up the phone. I know that when I'm super busy, I'm not picking up my phone. You know, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'll let it ring. But if they're really that busy, they wouldn't pick up a random phone call.
Lately, or were you involved with the process? Oh, I was involved. I was trying to dig and see something, like.
Any other questions in the Zoom? I know we don't have a lot of people in here today, but
Joseph, I know you've had some, bro. Joseph and Josh.
Okay.
If you're there, Joseph.
Like, let's just give her a call or do something. You know what I mean? But then if you probably got that in the beginning, right? What, that objection? Like,
Suzanne, I know you got one. You're writing notes.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Josh.
Really care about more.
Awesome. Well, actually, I joined a little late, so my apologies on that.
There you good.
And
I
maybe.
wanted to ask,
Here because.
how do you overcome? I already have coverage in place. Like, I haven't done a policy replacement. I just wrote my first piece of business yesterday, but I've came across a few. I already have a policy in place.
Yeah, so for me and my aspect and where I've seen a lot of success is everything's a good thing. Everything's a positive. So no matter what objection they give me, everything's a positive. So Josh, if you told me that you already have a policy in place, that's fantastic, Josh. I'm happy you know your family's taken care of. That's the exact reason I'm giving you a call, is because on file it does look like one of our junior underwriters reached out to you. Okay, but didn't fill out or close out the file. Okay, so I just need to update this on my end. Now, you got this in place. Was that a term or a whole life?
It was a whole life.
Okay, a whole life. Was that through a carrier like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Americo?
I'm not too sure. I haven't checked it in a while.
Okay, so that's a problem, right, Josh? Just because if we got life insurance, we want to make sure that one, you know your policy number. Two, you know the carrier that's going to actually pay out to the family if something were to happen to you. And three, the money that you're paying towards it every month. Okay, so we need to make sure we get this taken care of. Do you know how much you're paying towards your policy?
I think it's like 140.
Okay, do you know how much coverage?
I believe it was like 30,000 or 40,000.
Okay, perfect. So I'll go ahead and update this for you, and we'll get this squared away. And then I just go into an e-app, and I see if I can get them a better rate.
Okay, I see how you downplayed it. You were going for a number, trying to see what number they were at, see if you can beat
Yeah.
it.
And then from there, once I find that I actually, you know, most of the time you can outbeat a lot of these other quotes that agents are giving them. And so you go into Americo, you see what we can get them. And then from there, let's go, okay, perfect. They actually just flagged this file for us, which is good news, Josh. All that means is that we're going to be able to save okay, we're going to be able to accomplish a couple different things here today. One, save you money on the policy that you're already paying for. Two, make sure you know the name of the carrier that you're with. And then three, know exactly who you're going to contact if something were to happen to you.
Got it. So you're just redirecting with service.
Yeah, that's it. But you have to be super assumptive. You're the professional. You're the guy that's going to take care of them.
Of course.
Right? So they don't want to make, like, you have to be sharp as a tack. and I get this from Marco's trainings all the time, like being sharp as a tack, knowing you're a professional in your field. Like if they give you a question or they give you an objection and you're kind of slow on it or you tumble your words, you're not the professional at that point.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not the professional. And so now your framework is cracked. And so now they don't view you as that. And so they're not going to treat you as that. And now you're not going to get the deal because of that.
Yeah.
And so I like to be super short, straight to the point, facts driven. Boom. If they give me an objection, I know exactly what because I've done so many objection handling. Like you give me an objection, I know exactly what word track I'm going to use. Like in banking, when I'm going for the banking, I know exactly 50% of the time I'm going to get an objection when I ask for the account. Okay, if you're not thinking of that objection handling, if you don't have that rebuttal in the back of your mind replaying when you ask for that account, then you're not going to be ready. Like I'm always ready for them to give me an objection right there, and I handle it right on the spot, comes out smooth. I know exactly what I'm going to say, and I always get the account.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. That helps out with that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I have a new guy here. What I'm having them do, dude, is like to be super efficient is dial, you know, from the morning to noon. At noon, that whole dial sesh, any objection that he has had, he is writing down on a piece of paper, and he's coming to me at noon, and he's saying, hey, I've had these 5 objections. I couldn't handle them. How would you handle them? Or I handled them, but I want to, it didn't go well. I just want to be able to handle them a little bit better. Like, how do I do it? You know, he writes down the rebuttal, and then that night goes home and studies those objection handling skills.
All right.
What would you say for, like, let's say for instance I'm calling somebody and the wife picks up? I usually would say like along the lines of, did he ever talk about insurance with you? Has this been an importance in your guys' lives? I try to like redirect it to her to see if she knows anything about it. I've had a couple of wives pick up the phone saying that they're not available, the husbands.
Yeah. So I just kind of assume it, and I say this, Josh. So I'm like, so say Josh, your wife's name is Eve, right? And I'm talking to Eve, and I'm saying, okay, Eve, and you're probably the one, and I'm just assuming this, but you're definitely the one that takes care of like all the life insurance and financials, right? He just makes all the money.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now I just soft closed it. I know that, you know, we're not going to need the permission of the husband to go ahead and put this in place. Okay, that life insurance isn't for you, Josh. It's for Eve if something were to happen to you. Okay, she's going to be the beneficiary for it. So who's actually going to want the life insurance more? Is it you, Josh, or is it Eve?
Got it. Okay. That's
You
fine.
know, so the wife is going to be the one that benefits from it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Your age.
So I love those deals.
Okay, so I have your age here as 50.
Yeah, that was fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then how's your health? Like, yeah, how's your life?
How do you go about the I'm not interested, don't call me? Because I've gotten a lot of them.
Oh, cool. Okay, and then what?
At the end of the day, like I try to handle that objection 1, maybe 2 times. If they keep on giving it to me, I hang up and I keep calling.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of the I'm not interested, don't call me, and then I can't get a word out.
What your goals are?
They hang up.
Take your,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the process, dude. No magic line. There's no magic line or process to be able to get that down. I give a little handling at that point. Yeah, that's the exact reason I'm giving you a call. You probably been receiving like a lot of calls, Josh, right?
Yeah, a lot. It's been too much.
Okay, so I want to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to make sure that we close out this file. I do need to ask you a couple questions, so let's stick with me. So when you sent this in a couple months back, when you actually were interested, were you looking at A, B, or C?
Looking at A.
Perfect. Okay, what was the reason you were looking into it back then?
I see what you're doing. You
Okay.
any interest. I see it. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out why they looked into it back then. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe their why is not stronger enough now, but it was at some point for them to go ahead and fill out a random form and put their information into a database that they don't even know.
Hey, and then
Yeah, I totally see it now. Okay.
into that it's gonna
Sure.
be
I'm writing this down.
depend on these certain things. I don't know.
Hey,
right?
Reed, I have a question for you.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, so what do you do when, so this is one of my issues. I'm just getting into the weeds. Like I get off into the details, they start asking, and I've lost deals that way, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing when they're asking you, say, can you send me an example? Can you send me the quote, something, tangible like the illustration? How do you handle that?
Yeah, I'm the straight up with them. I'm like, hey, Suzanne, I'm not the email guy. That's what or I'm not the email guy. That's what the carrier's for. Okay, my job today is just the one to see if this fits your budget, makes sense, but most importantly, aligns with your goals, and see if we can get you approved for this. Okay, from there, once you're approved, the carrier will send you over an email and a physical policy packet to your house. Okay, to the mailing address that we put down on file. Okay, now, and then I just ask them 2 questions. I make it super simple, direct. It's a statement like, hey, that it is what it is, but this is the law. And then I ask a question, I get over it. That's it. And I keep it super simple, cutthroat.
Okay,
Okay. And then
all right.
I ask a question, I get past it, and I move on. I'm trying to get away from that. Right.
Okay.
If they bring it up again, you just gotta just be like, look, at the end of the day, these insurance carriers would be out a lot of money if they're just sending millions of policy packets out a day to anyone that wanted a quote.
Got you.
Okay, so you have to be approved for the product that they send it out for.
Based on everything we share.
Okay. Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
Javon, so what I'm doing.
Of course.
So I'm gonna pull my secure portal here and see what carriers we can get you paired with.
But at this point, you haven't really found their why yet.
We already did the why.
I hope that helps,
I was
Suzanne.
assuming that you already did that.
It does.
Yeah.
No, it does. And you're to the point, ask a question, answer the question, give them 2 options. That's a track I need to try to stay on.
Yeah, if you do that, I swear, I swear by it, that if you just do that and you actually focus on it,
Yep.
out the conversation,
Like, great question.
you'll get to the end of the application and the application will be closed. So it's like, you just go all the way through it, doing that process, and you'll close a lot of policies, to be honest.
So give me this, Reed. So when you get to, and I know you have your objections like, ingrained in your brain at this point, right? So tell me when you get to the checking account, the banking information objection, like what are 2 of your standard responses to that?
Yeah. So, I just have one. So I have a 3-layer process with my objection handling.
Okay.
With my account. So I just say the banking script word for word, right? I go for the checking, saving, and then when I get the account, and you give me objection, yeah, I don't feel comfortable giving that out. Yeah, Suzanne, no worries. They do this for 3 main reasons. Okay, 1, they want to make sure that your name is on the account. You have to be the payer of the policy by federal law. 2nd, they're going to check for any insurance fraud. I don't think there is, but they're going to check it.
Okay.
Okay. And then 3rd, they do need a valid form of contribution on the application when we send it into the carrier.
Do you have any heavy debts?
Okay.
Burial, what would?
And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that today's a good date for the draft, or if we need to push it out. I'm going to reconfirm the routing number, and then I'm going to go ahead and ask for the account number again.
Okay. You follow that same.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so
Stick to that.
the reason I'm doing that and not just staying at the account number is because there's a lot of friction there. I call it sales friction. And so if you just keep sitting at the account number and fighting over the account number,
Yeah.
you'll never get it. And so you need to bring the client out of that frame, put
Okay.
in a new frame, and then go start from the top and go for it again.
Okay. That's a good analogy. I like that. Okay.
So the first one, I was writing it down. You said they have to be on the policy by law, correct?
Yeah, so no, so that's a great question, Suzanne. Number one, they do need this for three main reasons. Number one, Suzanne, your full name has to be on the account. You have to be the payer of the policy by federal law. Second, they're gonna check for insurance fraud on the account. I don't think there is, but they're gonna check it. Okay, third, they want to make sure that there's a valid form of contribution on the application when we send it in to the carrier. Okay. Now, if they give me another objection at this point, okay, and I ask for the account again, I just say, look, at the end of the day, at this point, you know, I've been doing this a long time, Suzanne. The clients that I talk to, they only do this, they don't do this for three main reasons. Okay, that's either I didn't fully do my job and explain the product. Second, the price is just too much. It's too expensive for you. Or three, this plain out don't like me. Which one is it?
Got it.
I like that.
Okay. At that point, they're going to tell you the real objection, because now it's not an account issue. It's okay. It's too expensive. They just don't understand it. So you got to go back and do the product, or it's the why. You know, sometimes it's you need to dig back into the why and bring that why they actually need this.
Okay, I got another question on the same lines. So I have grandparents that want to buy a policy, an IUL for their 19-year-old grandchild. So he's an adult. How do I do that? So can I do the app with them as the policy owner?
Yeah.
I can still, as the grandparents as the policy owner?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm still taking him through the application because he's got to answer the medical questions, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Okay.
And then you can also just sign him up, so all his information, and then you can just transfer ownership of that policy over to the grandparents.
Oh, it's with that one-page form after the fact.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
And that's usually what I do, this because it's a little bit easier.
Sure.
Sometimes with the carriers, they're weird about giving approvals out that way. They're like, oh, he's 19, or oh, he's 25 years old. Like, why is someone else paying for his life insurance? You know, so.
Okay, so if I'm writing him independently, I do the app, but we're going to use the grandparents' payment information. Can I do that?
So, yeah, so you just put who's going to be the beneficiary of the policy. Probably the grandparents.
No, they were. You know what? They didn't tell me that. I don't think they plan to be. I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. So are you doing America? Or are you doing Transamerica?
I was going to do Americo.
Okay, Americo. So you can put them as the beneficiary. Just make the beneficiary as the payer of the policy.
Okay.
And then at the end, so you just put beneficiary, and then at the end on the banking screen, you just go beneficiary is going to be the payer of the policy.
I see.
And then you'll have to get 2 6-digit codes from separate people. So one from the grandson.
Got it.
And then one from the beneficiary, which would be the older person. And then you'll be good to go. You can use their bank.
Got it. Okay, great.
On America, you just have to clarify whose bank it is. They don't care, but you have to clarify it.
Okay, got it. I understand what you're saying. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, validate with their question, and then you go.
Any other questions before I wrap this up?
Morton, I know you just started in IULs, bro. Morton or Joseph or Easton, and any questions or Profit, all of you guys are pretty new to IULs, so Reed issues about $80K a month. So he's
I got a question for sure.
What's going
I'm
on?
making a transition from Medicare, and I'm studying the material and trying to get my foot in the door. What's your advice on starting, hitting the ground running? What would it be the key takeaway for me to just get?
Yeah, good question, bro. Don't overcomplicate it. A lot of people that transition over to IUL business from other industries, you know, people from pests, from solar, people from Medicare, it doesn't matter. Do not overcomplicate it. It's a super simple product. Just read the script and give them what they want. Another thing that I'm gonna put in there is fail fast. A lot of people don't speak about this, but I think, in my opinion, failing fast is the best way to success. Okay. Fail fast, but don't fail twice from the same thing. Okay. So, what I mean by that is it's okay to fuck up, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to screw up on the script or screw up on a policy. But when you screw up on an objection, don't screw up on that objection 10 to 15 times. Okay, screw up on it once, learn it, resolve it, and then screw up from another thing. Okay, fail from another thing and then learn that. But don't elongate the process of your success just because you don't have the intent and strategy behind this getting better every day.
Yeah.
And so that's my recommendation. Fail fast and make sure you simplify the product. A lot of people overcomplicate it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
I don't remember doing this. I don't remember putting in this request for an IUL.
I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
And then
Move on.
questions.
Yeah.
And then if you go here, script. So
Anything else? We're good to go?
I have one last question.
Yeah, Josh, how's it going, bro?
Since I wrote my first policy yesterday, I'm looking at America.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
It's awesome.
Long time coming.
It's big, dude.
But so I'm looking at the portal right now for Americo. I'm looking at the case status. It says case submitted, completed. That means everything is done to its fullest potential, right? I don't have to do anything else. How do I know that the payment followed through? Like, is there anything that follows up on that or no?
You'll get a commission slip.
Okay, so I've opened up my email. I actually have it here. It says applications needing no action 1, total pending applications 1. So a pending
you're probably going through producer verification first, and then once that
correct.
clears, you'll get paid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's correct. Yeah, I bought that state license last night, so
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be straight.
okay, perfect. Fire.
Reed, I've lost 2 or 3 deals it's 3 deals the last 2 days, transitioning from what they want to contribute into the application. I come from mortgage, so it's a very like straightforward fear mongering type of sale. This is obviously like a bit softer of a sale. Like,
What are they saying?
So like the one this morning was like $450 a month, and like he was totally straight. Honestly, I talked to Marco about this a little bit too. I probably should have downsold him a little bit, because is like when he said 450 a month, it wasn't like, fuck yeah, bro, 450. It was like, maybe like the 450. You know, like he was a little weaselly about it.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I was kind of slow working through the beginning of the application.
Yeah.
So the call just ended up dropping. He didn't really say anything, and then the call ended. The other one, the lady only had a debit card, and I just wasn't thinking about it. I told her to hang up the phone and call her bank so she could get the fucking banking information. And I that's just a stupid mistake I shouldn't have made. Like I've sold a shit ton of policies and mortgage. I should have never done that.
Yeah.
I should have just taken a second, stopped, and been like, okay, yeah, we can go with this carrier because I can just plug your debit card in.
Yeah.
And then.
So let me just handle those 2 first.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one was you should. So yes, you should have downsold them for sure. I always downsell every client I have, unless they're like, yes, let's go ahead, 450. You know, I'm still gonna recommend like, hey, I'm not gonna pull your teeth and yank on your nails to be able to bring you down. If you want to do 450, we'll do it. But what I recommend is starting out on a lower amount, because these things are super flexible, Michael. We can always increase it.
don't know why.
Okay. So what I
Bet.
recommend is instead of 400, 300. Okay. It's something that's super, super comfortable. No matter if you blow out a tire 1 month or, you got to go to the dentist and you got to, pay the copay, no matter what it is, it's super comfortable. I'm making sure that it's a really comfortable payment before I even move into EAP. Now, second thing, you said it took you a minute to transition to EAP.
Yeah.
Dude, me personally, once I figure out if they have diabetes, cancer, or heart issues, okay,
You're already starting the app, aren't you?
my app is already open. I'm going through. I already have their email, phone number, height, weight. My app is already almost done.
You're basically ready to send the fucking code by the
Yeah.
time you're like, I'm transitioning to the app.
Yeah, all I need is their social and I need their address. That's all I need.
Bet.
And so everything's super quick. I'm starting, and I think that's what separates me from a lot of agents is like I'm very quick on the e-app.
Yeah, that's what Phoenix told me too. Phoenix told me the same thing this morning. She was just like, yeah, you should have already been in the e-app.
Yeah, like I already have that e-app pulled up. I know exactly what they're going to get approved for, and I already have I send my credentials to every client, right? So right when I know it's like going to be a potential sale, I have my e-app open and I have my email open. I have their email address in there. I have my state license already pulled over. I have my credentials pulled in with my face, my name, national producer number. And then once I get to my verification part, I say, okay, Michael, by federal law, I have to send you over my credentials. You're going to see a few different things. That's my face, my name, national producer number. And then you're going to see my California state license in the form of a PDF. Okay, you just received that because I already had it all fucking done. It's sent over. They got the email right after I said the line. Email pops up. They see everything. And then I get the budget. Boom, budget's perfect. We downsold them. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and see which carriers are going to give us a thumbs up here. Michael, I got your first name as Michael. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Boom. And I got your last name. Boom. And I'm already going through the app. So it's like,
Bet.
and so when I ask for social, it's fucking quick. Michael, you don't mind the carriers actually viewing and checking your last DOT physical as well as your MIB report. That's the Medical Information Bureau.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going to be a good social for you?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6,
And
7, 8, 9.
I'm very direct. So I soft close you and then I ask it, So at the end of the day, guys, like this is life insurance. You do need valuable information to get life insurance. Don't be afraid to ask it.
Yeah.
Like if people say, oh, why you need life insurance or why do you need my social? Because this is life insurance. I kind of laugh. At the end of the day, this is life insurance. Like if you're going to be insured for $500,000, Michael, they're going to make sure that you're not, in a hospital bed and you have 5 months to live with terminal cancer.
Bet.
So yeah,
The second one was just a stupid fucking mistake. Like
yeah. But
Yeah.
I would say my recommendation, dude, is always downsell your clients and be faster with the e-app. Like by the 2 minutes into the conversation, I already have my e-app pulled up.
Yeah. Bet.
For the digital business card and the PDF, can you send me like an example of how I can create one like myself? Or
Yeah, I can send it in. I'll send it into. You're in the legacy chat
yeah,
right now? Okay. I'll send it in the general chat there,
bet.
or I'll just DM you on Discord.
For sure. Yeah, I'm the Josh with the crosshair.
Cool. But all right, guys. Hope you guys like the training. If you guys ever need anything, you guys can always reach out. And I hope you guys have a great day. See you guys on the leaderboard. All right.
Thanks, Reed.
Thank you, Reed.
Bye,
Thanks,
yeah.
dog.